Breaking news on the Aaron Rodgers situation. Aaron Rodgers has said on the Pat McAfee show, if you have not watched, that he has the full intention to go and play for the Jets. And it's not him holding up the trade, it's the Packers and Jets holding up the trade. This is a interesting revelation because we Rodgers hasn't said anything. And yet all this news came out. I do like what Rod said about, well, Schefter. I don't know where Schefter, Rappaport, and Rossini got this information, but Schefter texted me about trying to get the scoop, and I said, lose my number. Good try, though. Which is really funny. Also tells you he's a different person. Now, during the interview, which lasted about an hour, and still going on, actually, he talked about when he was in the darkness, that he was in there for 4 days, that you can come out periodically just to get a reset and go back in. He talked about that the list of demands that he had, that is untrue. He said, I talked glowingly about people, but I didn't give a list, which then Schefter tweeted out, did get this message from Aaron, which is exactly what Aaron said. So I don't know where Schefter, Rapshi, and all these guys are getting their information because Rodgers isn't telling them it unless there's someone who has a leak. I don't see why anyone would speak of it. Now, Rodgers did say he talked glowingly about his teammates, about the fans of Green Bay, about the coaches in Green Bay, about people he had in Green Bay, that he loved being in Green Bay. He loved people in the city. He loved the people. He got to meet the fans and all that stuff. He talked glowingly about these things. But he said, I went into the darkness with a expectation of 90% I'm retiring, 10% I'm playing. And he said, when I got out of the darkness, that shifted to I wanted to play. I wanted to play. And the Packers had said earlier, we take your time, whatever decision you make, we'll honor it. And then fast forward, that changed dramatically. So the question becomes, what is holding up this trade between Aaron Rodgers that sends Aaron Rodgers to New York? I don't know. There was a thing that Ian Rappaport put out, or Tom Pelissero put out, that the Packers were not interested in multiple first-round picks. They wanted something else. Now, I'm sure a first-round pick is involved. I don't know what the other parts of this trade would have to involve, but what I will tell you is this. Aaron said he came to this decision Friday when he announced he wanted to play. My question would be, if I'm Aaron Rodgers, is, you guys just tell me. And Aaron went on again and said, I'm an older player, and 2 years ago I said the same thing about we should be better at how we handle older players. I agree with that. That's fair. But if I'm him, I also have to get through the knowledge of what do like again, he said he talked glowingly about Mercedes Lewis and Randall Cobb and I don't know exactly what that means per se. Maybe he meant that he liked those guys. He talked about Alan Lazard. He said anyone should have called me and asked me, and I would have told him. I would have told him that this player is a great player and he's a great locker room guy, and that you would be a fool to not get it. And I'm, I'm creating this a little bit. I'm not doing anything wrong here. But if I'm Aaron also, there's a part of me, it's like, how long is it going to be before I get traded? He talked about how he had a great conversation with the Jets that didn't last 11 hours like it was reported. It was about 4 hours, which is more reasonable than 11 hours. I'm like, how long are you going to talk for that? He said Salah was interested in the whole idea of the darkness and that appealed to him. Maybe it did. But Aaron Rodgers made it full notary of he wants to play in 2023. But he has the intentions to play for the New York Jets. For NFL World, I'm Jacob Hewitt.